The metal world is talking right now, and not just about music. One of the most iconic figures in thrash history is about to reveal something deeply personal, something that nearly took everything from him. If you are a fan of Megadeth, you need to hear this, because what is coming out is something nobody was fully prepared for, and it goes far deeper than anyone imagined. We are talking about Dave Mustaine, the man who co-founded Metallica, got fired, and responded by building one of the greatest thrash metal bands on the planet. Over 40 years on the front line of heavy music, albums that redefined what the genre could be, a legacy that spans continents, generations, and decades of relentless, uncompromising output. And yet the story behind that? Nobody really knew it. Until now. For years, Dave Mustaine kept the darkest chapters of his recent life locked tightly away. He gave the world the warrior it expected, the riff machine, the frontman, the survivor. But now, in a bombshell new memoir titled In My Darkest Hour, releasing September 8 via Da Capo Press, all of that is changing. And what he is putting on the page will hit harder than anything he has ever recorded. To understand why this book matters, you have to go back to 2019. Mustaine received a diagnosis that stopped everything cold: squamous cell carcinoma at the back of his tongue, cancer. In a man whose voice and guitar work are the literal foundation of a musical empire built across 4 decades. The diagnosis triggered a years-long battle involving radiation, chemotherapy, and a fight to hold his family, his band, and his identity together simultaneously. And somehow, through all of it, Megadeth kept moving. Now, here is where it gets heavy. In a statement released alongside the book announcement, Mustaine spoke with a rawness that fans rarely hear from him. Quote, "One of the most harrowing experiences of my adult life has been my 7-year journey through cancer treatment and onward into remission." 7 years. Think about that for a second. While the public saw album cycles and tour announcements, Mustaine was privately fighting for his life. He went on to make it even clearer. Quote, "This story is considerably more than just go to the doctor, get diagnosed, get treatment, and hopefully I live happily ever after. This was a journey of me saving myself, staying alive, keeping my family together, and continuing to make music through it all." Nobody was talking about what that actually looked like day to day. According to a Da Capo statement, the book takes readers from the treatment room straight into the studio because Mustaine went from radiation and chemotherapy appointments directly into hours-long recording sessions. Nobody saw that coming. The result of that impossible grind was The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, released in 2022. One of Megadeth's most celebrated albums in years, born entirely out of personal catastrophe. But here is where it gets even heavier. Cancer was not the only thing quietly dismantling Mustaine's world. In the months following his announcement that Megadeth would retire, a declaration made in August, when he said it was time to bow out while still at the top, he revealed a second condition: Dupuytren's contracture, a progressive hand condition that makes playing guitar physically painful. The instrument that defined his entire life is now one he can barely hold without hurting. He is 62 years old, and his body is sending a message he can no longer ignore. On top of all that, longtime bassist David Ellefson, dismissed in 2022 amid a sex scandal, publicly told Mustaine to, quote, "just fuck off," after Mustaine referenced the behavior of a former bandmate as the reason reunions were off the table. Even the farewell is complicated. Despite all of that, the cancer, the surgeries, the treatment, the band drama, the deteriorating hands, Dave Mustaine never stopped creating. He co-wrote In My Darkest Hour with New York Times collaborator Joe Layden, the same writer who worked with him on his 2010 memoir. He finished an album during chemotherapy. He launched a farewell tour, currently running through South and Central America. He channeled every ounce of pain, fear, and fury into his art, and the world called it a legacy. In My Darkest Hour arrives September 8th. The farewell tour continues. The final show has not yet been announced and may not come for up to 5 years. But the real story being told right now is not about retirement. It is about a man who stared down cancer, heartbreak, and physical collapse, and refused to go quietly. Dave Mustaine is not just a thrash metal legend. He is a fighter, and he has more than earned the right to tell his story on his own terms.